Astral Aegis, written by Sylvac. Chapter 1, Reveal. Well, the past couple of months of my life was unusual to say the least. From being changed from a bipedal creature to a quadrupedal being, plus the added bonus of a gender change and longer lifespan that left me as a child, to learning a new language and a strange ability called magic. I had befriended some of the natives, gotten a new family, and possibly disturbed the natives, which were called ponies. To make things better, this all happened right before I had to reveal that I was actually an alien from another dimension to the ponies, after which I helped prevent an interdimensional disaster. Anyways, Princess Celestia and I were making our way to Ponyville, while Princess Luna was returning to Canterlot in order to send word to the Royal Guard to search Whitetail Woods again. After giving out so much information, I thought it was time for me to get some in return.
So, Princess Celestia, since I'm training a team of ponies for some very violent work, can you tell me just how much violence ponykind experienced?
Is that really necessary? Celestia asked, grimacing at the question. Cocking an eyebrow, I answered.
Yes, 'cause this would help me figure out the training methods I have to use.
Truth be told, Equestria has had few wars, which fortunately have been short. Overall, my ponies live peaceful lives, so violence is unnatural to most of them. Frowning, I said.
Oh joy, it'll be a grand time for me in training a bunch of... I wish I knew the word.
Pacifists?
I'm going to assume that's the word for now. So, since Luna brought up that Canterlot would have the best place to train the new recruits for this team, I take it Ponyville lacks a place for the recruits.
It's a peaceful town most of the time. There's never been a demand for a guard, so naturally there's no quarters for any sort of standing force.
Ah, then I would like to... I need to check my dictionary again. I need to be there for the planning of the building of the quarters.
Thinking of having a large section devoted to you? Celestia asked with a teasing smile.
Wait, you thought I was going to live with the recruits?
You're not?
No, I'm living with Pinky and the cakes still, I hope. I don't know how the cakes are going to react to the truth of me being an alien originally. Anyways, I was thinking of the opposite for where the recruits are living.
The opposite? Don't be cruel to the recruits, Aether, Celestia said with a disappointed frown.
I'm not going for cruel, just realistic.
Just be reasonable, Aether. No pony would be used to what you have been through, so be more lenient.
Fine, but then I reserve the right to toss any pony that whines too much out on their rump.
Celestia only sighed as she finally spotted where the Royal Guard and the Elements along with the Crusaders had stopped. Thankfully, it appeared that they didn't manage to find anything beyond their angry guardians who were currently yelling at them. They were all looking guilty until Sweetie Belle spotted me, causing her to nudge the other two as she pointed at me. The trio then rushed past their guardians as Apple Bloom said,
Aether, why are you here? We were looking all over Ponyville for you after the aliens attacked. And why are you with the princesses instead of having Pinky mad at you too?
Scootaloo asked as she shot a look at the other mares. Taking a deep breath, I took on the most neutral expression as I could before I said,
Simple, I'm an alien.
Instantly, the mares and Sweetie Belle looked at me with shocked expressions, while Apple Bloom gave me a skeptical look. Scootaloo instead deadpanned.
Very funny. Now can you tell us why you're here?
I simply cocked an eyebrow at her, causing her to say,
There's no way you can be an alien.
My continued flat look caused both Apple Bloom and Scootaloo to widen their eyes. Silence continued on for a moment before the Crusaders huddled together in fear as they screamed,
Alien!
They then rushed behind their guardians as Rarity asked,
Aether dear, did you have to tell them that? What? It's true. Besides, isn't it better to be honest to them instead of lying to them?
I replied as I gave Applejack a look.
She has a point there, Sugar Cube,
Applejack said before Applebloom stuck her head out at me.
Why are you just standing there for, sis? There's an alien in front of us. Yeah, go show your awesome skills, Rainbow Dash,
Scootaloo added in.
Maybe the alien's mind-controlling them,
Sweetie Belle yelled, causing the other two to gasp as every pony else gave them an odd look.
I'll save you, sis,
Applebloom roared as she jumped from behind her and charged at me, the other two Crusaders following suit.
I'll get you for messing with Rainbow Dash. We're going to save our sisters and Aether, you evil alien.
As every pony tried to stop the Crusaders' charge, I simply sidestepped out of their path. This caused them to try to correct their direction only to bump into one another before crashing into a heap behind me.
Can you three stop freaking out? I'm Aether, and yes, I'm an alien. Or was, since I'm a pony now. Depends on your point of view,
I dryly said as I turned around to face them.
Besides, if I was mind-controlling ponies, why would I tell you three I'm an alien then?
The trio got up to their hooves and tried to say something, but they ended up closing their mouths due to a loss of words. Applebloom finally asked,
So you're not going to hurt us? Of course not, we're friends.
They started to nod till Sweetie Belle gasped as she pointed at my rear.
Aether has her cutie mark!
She shrieked, causing the trio to swarm to my side to get a better look at my cutie mark. First they were scared by the fact that I'm an alien, and now they're all excited over my cutie mark?
How did you get your cutie mark?
Applebloom asked.
It's a long story, I'll tell you later,
I answered, giving a sigh when one of them was about to protest. Thankfully my sigh stopped them in their track before Scootaloo exclaimed,
She must have gotten it from that weird thing in the sky!
I quickly shot a look at Celestia that spoke "Stop this or this won't end well," causing her to approach us as she said,
Now, young ones, I think it is time for you to go home. Right now the forest is very dangerous and we can't have you three running around where you could get hurt. Applejack, Rarity, Rainbow, would you three kindly escort them home?
This caused the Crusaders to let out a unified awe as the trio herded them out of the forest till, when they were out of earshot, Twilight asked,
Did you really have to tell them the truth? Hey, I've been honest for the most part so far, so best to keep that up. Also, the truth had to come out sooner or later, best now instead of having a lie straining our relationship.
I explained, only to be embraced into another hug by Pinkie.
I'm so proud that you're being an honest pony and caring about your friendships!
Pinkie exclaimed as I struggled to get some room to breathe.
Air! Air!
I gasped. Turning to the royal guard, Celestia ordered,
Form a perimeter between Ponyville and Whitetail Woods. Do not let any pony in. You will have new orders once you get reinforcements.
After the royal guard gave Celestia a salute before going off to follow her orders, Celestia turned to Twilight as she said,
Since the possible crisis has been prevented, I must return to Canterlot to start the paperwork needed to form a team to defend Equus from any future dimensional threats. So I leave things in your capable hooves, Twilight. Aether here will be able to give you all the details.
Farewells were quickly given before Celestia took flight to return to Canterlot. Twilight turned to both Pinkie and me to ask something, only to spot that I was turning blue from the lack of air.
Pinkie, you're hugging Aether too hard! She's suffocating!
After Twilight prevented me from passing out, I told her all about the plan Celestia, Luna and I came up together.
You really expect to be able to train ponies to do what you can do?
Twilight asked incredulously.
I can try. Besides, what other pony can teach them what I know? Also, sounds like Celestia expects you to lend me a hoof in the matter.
I nonchalantly replied.
But isn't it dangerous to have ponies going into the Everfree to train?
Fluttershy meekly questioned.
Of course it's dangerous, but that's why I'll be sending them there after they get enough training. It's safer than tossing them into another dimension. But right now we might want to leave Whitetail Woods.
With those words, I started making my way to Ponyville, with Pinky bouncing beside me. The other two mares quickly followed suit as Twilight asked,
"Why do we want to leave Whitetail Woods now so suddenly? You think I was kidding about some of the stuff coming out of the portal being dangerous? For all we know, we could have some alien monster egg out there ready to hatch at a moment's notice. There's a reason why I insisted on Celestia blocking off the forest and having the guard comb it through."
Fluttershy let out a small cry of fear before getting close to the rest of us. Twilight, on the other hoof, was thinking to herself before her eyes brightened to my misfortune. She was about to say something as she opened her mouth, only for me to stick a hoof in it.
"Twilight, can your questions wait till we're at the library? I'd rather be able to relax than deal with more stress, and we all had enough stress for today." "Can I ask a question?"
I heard Pinky say, causing me to turn my head towards her as I gave her a look of confusion. She had this innocent smile, though her eyes spoke of some crazed excitement contained within them. Taking a deep breath, I responded,
Sure. Since you're an alien, can you tell me what things aliens do at their parties?"
Instantly, my ears folded against my head as my eyes narrowed in horror of what she asked. While the temptation to lie my ass off was there, I didn't have it in me to lie to Pinky of all ponies. So, in the end, I had no choice but to tell her the truth.
"Pinky, remember that I was poor. Well, my parents were poor too, so we couldn't afford to have any parties ever. So I don't know if any species actually threw parties beyond the rich ones."
Pinky's pupils instantly shrank to dots as she stared at me, and I think I could see a bit of foam coming out of the side of her mouth. Every pony stopped at that moment as I reached over with a hoof to poke Pinky.
"Pinky, are you okay? You never had a party in your former life?"
And so we begin again with Astral Aegis. I hope you enjoyed yourself listening to this little creation of mine, and I hope that I can see you in the next episodes and many more to come by the looks of things. And again, thank you all for watching. Subscribe and like if you really enjoyed it. Comment if you want to tell me something funny. And yeah. Have a nice day, and I will be seeing you in the next episode. Bye-bye!